Welcome back to another episode of Allowed to Ask. No guests today, just my mom and I back old school together. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Amazing. I thought it would be fun today. So prior to this week, I had followers and friends and family and everyone involved in our lives just kind of submit questions that I thought we could go through and answer. You know, they're about dating, relationships, mother-daughter, all of the fun things we talk about. I thought a good one to start with would be this one. What have we both been up to recently? And what's our rose and thorn of the week? Do you know what rose and thorn is? It's like rose
It's
meaning
good.
and thorn is like bad.
Like getting out of the car right now.
Sure.
Okay.
So, but what was your rose of the week?
Rose of the week was I went to a phenomenal wedding
Okay.
in California.
And that was like your first time in California, right?
No, I was there 100 years ago when I used to work.
So basically your first time in California.
Well, you know, in
Okay.
this decade.
Mhm.
And I know the girl since she's 4.5.
Mm.
And it was so amazing to see her. First of all, she's beautiful. She's smart. She's kind. She has a great family. The place she had the wedding was like in the valley in California. It was beautiful.
And now
But
you're
just-
like all gung-ho about weddings and like you're asking everyone for venues for some reason.
Well, for my friends in Boston.
Oh,
Just kidding.
okay. Not
Don't
for
ask
me.
No.
Okay.
I know what you're doing.
Oh, you know my wedding
Yes,
already.
I have it all planned out.
Oh, cool. Let me know
In my
later.
head. I'll let you know when we get there.
Okay.
But just seeing her and her partner, they met at college. He was her TA. Everybody
Ooh,
should-
that's a little scandalous.
Yeah, and she, she's so cute and she's so like crazy
Do you
smart
know the
and
story about like,
studious.
who made the move? Maybe we
They
need them
ended
on
up
the
meeting
pod.
at like a Halloween party, but he definitely noticed her and she thought he was cute. And
I love
in the
that.
vows, they said like she sat in the front seat in the front of the auditorium,
Yeah.
and she like wrote, typed in every single word the instructor said, and he noticed her. And
She's
then
a smart cookie, though.
she had a backpack that's bigger than her. And 8.5 years later, they got married,
Wow.
and their love is so real and pure.
Oh my God,
I
I'm gonna
mean,
tear
she
up.
had the biggest smile on her face all weekend. And he's a winner. He's a great kid.
Okay, that sounds like a 11 out of 10 weekend.
It was great. It was
Okay.
amazing. It was amazing to see that. And they
Yeah.
had the love that every parent wants their kids to see.
I need to like spend a week with them just to see what their love is like, so I could take all the notes in the world.
Beyond's good.
I love that. Okay, then
Okay.
what was your thorn of the week? And don't say
You're-
driving
You're
here.
parallel parking, and I had to climb
Okay,
out of the car.
Not in the last 24 hours.
Oh, the thorn
Oh,
was
thorn.
Dad left last night, so I had the house to myself. I was all psyched. I had dinner. I put on my show.
Mm.
The air conditioning went out.
Yeah.
So
Nice
trying
sweaty
to sleep
sleep.
in like 76 degrees. So that was my thorn.
Okay.
So nothing too bad.
No,
Life
nothing
is good.
too bad. I would say my rose is, what is my rose of the week?
You're
I had-
exfoliating?
No. Watch it. Okay, we'll talk. Well, rose of the week, I had a very great date. And my mom is saying exfoliating because I have like adult acne on my fucking chin right now. Thanks for bringing it up to the public. And whatever, I was like kissing the guy that I was on the date with, and he had freshly shaved beard. And I got home and like my whole face was red, and it was basically exfoliating it.
All right, well, it worked. 'Cause
So
it looks
maybe
good
the
now.
rose was the date and the thorn was the exfoliating.
Okay.
No, but the thorn also was probably just driving here also because you are like the worst passenger to have ever, and it was stressful driving here. Anyway, let's get into some of these questions. I feel like it should start off like hot and heavy with this one. Has Janice ever had a crush on someone who wasn't her husband?
Like when I was married or when I was young?
I don't know. Take it however you want to take it.
Probably not. No.
No?
I can't think of any crushes that I had.
Wait, I have a reminder.
But some guys had crushes on me. I remember like your soccer coach, like he gave me the,
sex eyes?
what?
Like sex eyes? Like goo goo guys?
Yeah, it was just weird. And actually, he just tried to friend me on Facebook. And then also, there was another person's husband. And it's funny because both of those husbands, I kind of used to, like, I don't know, I
Wait,
always
you're
felt a little
hot
vibe.
commode in
No.
the town.
They're both divorced now. So that's kind of interesting.
They're slipping and sliding into your DMs.
Yeah, like over time. But wait, there was somebody else I was thinking. I forgot. Go on.
Okay. You also had a story you wanted to tell me, and you wanted me to remind you to tell you about a shoe.
Oh, Dan. I
What?
wasn't going to talk about it here.
You told me to remind you to tell a story, so
Well, to
obviously
tell
I'm going
you,
to do it in a
like,
public
off
facing
camera.
Oh no, what's happening now?
Okay, so I was at the wedding and it was great, and you're dancing up a storm and you're having fun and you're happy, and then you have to go to the bathroom, and then
You
you
go
know
to the
I wear
bathroom.
like Spanx. Okay, so to try to like get Spanx down when you're in the bathroom when you're sweating is like not a pretty sight.
It's an Olympic sport.
Right, and it was like late, so like I was like not sitting on a toilet seat, that I literally peed in my shoe. It was
What do you-
disgusting.
Like you took your shoe off and just peed in your shoe?
No. I was peeing and it went in my shoe. So I walk back in the venue. It's like I was like a duck in like a little pond. It was
Why do you-
gross.
But don't like Spanx has like a little like a
No,
vagina
mine
hole.
didn't have it. I was looking for it. It didn't have it. I had to pull them
You
out
should have
down
just
and pull
ripped a
them up.
hole.
I'm not that strong. They were like bulletproof. Oh yeah. So that was my story, but it wasn't really for this. But okay.
Okay. Anyway, another question we got was, do you, either of us, I guess back in the day, or maybe you have one now, do you have a sex playlist?
No.
This reminds me. Do you remember when we were sitting in the car?
Oh.
Okay, we're sitting in the car.
Did a
and-
Journey song come on?
no,
or
no, no.
something?
My,
That was like
my favorite song, "Sexual Healing," comes
Oh,
on.
that
and-
was like a big time college
no.
song.
Well, that was the whole thing. I'm like sitting in the car with you, and I'm like, I love this song. And it's like the Kygo remix specifically. I know
right.
"Sexual
Not
Healing"
the
is like an old
Marvin
school.
Gaye.
Yeah, not the
version.
Marvin Gaye, but the Kygo version. I'm like, I love the song "Sexual Healing." It's my favorite song. Like, I'm raving about how much I love it. And you're like, oh yeah, this used to be my sex song.
Like in the early 80s.
Like, way to ruin my favorite song instantly.
yeah.
What is the funniest thing each of us has said to each other?
No, this was the dumbest thing I ever said to you.
Okay.
So a little different. But you remember when you were young, you were like 10 or 11, and we were walking across the street in White Plains, and there was a beeping noise. So you were like, Mom, what's the beeping noise? I go, it's for the deaf. And you totally called me out on that one.
I think for a second I was like, oh, it's for the deaf. And then we were like, wait, that doesn't really make any sense. It's for the blind. That was
Yes.
the dumbest thing. That was very funny. That was a good laugh. Let's see. When do you think is the right time to meet the family in a new relationship?
Tomorrow.
No. This isn't about me.
Oh, couple months in.
Yeah. Do you
Or
think
whenever it feels right and feels comfortable.
you're going to therapy, I see.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, but whenever it feels right. I mean, there's
Yeah.
not really a right time. It depends on the circumstances.
I agree with that too. I do think there's a time when it's like too early, which like I've experienced that, where it's just like you meet someone way too early and it sets such an expectation and then it ends and it's just weird. It's like
Right.
you met their family
And it's
and
like
nothing.
5 days later.
Yeah.
Right.
No, like truly 5
But
days
you
later.
did see the flag.
The flags
You
were
you ignored the
literally
flag.
I was taking a bath in the flags
Yeah.
and I was still going with the flow.
Correct.
That's me, easy breezy, right?
Yeah, you pretty much are.
Yeah. Okay.
But wait, didn't you have any funny stories about me? But we have so many funny things, but we just don't.
No,
Like,
it's like
we're
every
always
day.
laughing and we're always crying, but it's nothing like crazy. But recently, I remember on FaceTime we were crying over the podcast, and then Dad texted you something, and that was like funny content, and then you reposted it the next.
Oh, I
day.
made it public. Well,
Yeah.
because Dad texted me saying like that podcast episode was great, but like I don't give a shit about you giving blowjobs and mom fucking some dudes in college.
Visitors.
Visitors. Okay,
Right.
thanks for clarifying. What is something we have told each other that we've ultimately regretted?
I couldn't think on that one.
Oh, did I send that one to you
Yeah,
before?
yeah, that one I couldn't think of anything that I
I think
regretted
something
telling you.
I regret telling you, nothing like one thing. I think I regret telling you things about my dating life earlier on. Like I think I need to wait until it's a little more substantial to tell you things.
No, but I like to get in on the excitement.
Yeah, no. And you've been a lot better about like
Well, because we have boundaries now.
you don't even know how to say the word boundaries.
Right, because it's annoying. Like, who the hell needs boundaries? But
everyone needs boundaries.
I know, but I just care. I'm just interested in everything you do.
Okay.
I mean, you call me every day. You're sitting on the toilet, like hello.
Yeah,
like-
we actually thought about naming this podcast like Toilet Time.
right.
That would have been cute.
I see the white tiles on the background
Yeah.
with the black.
Yeah, whatever is what it is. This one I thought was funny.
Wait, I thought of one.
Oh, sure.
Is there anything you ever lied to me about or did behind my back?
Like ever in my life?
Well, or more recent years.
not really in recent years, but I used to like sneak out of the house when
Which
I
I
was
think is so
younger.
crazy. And I don't know how you did that, but
My bedroom was on the polar opposite side of your room, and you
but how did you
literally
get somewhere?
I drove. I had a car. I guess
Okay,
hopped
so you're
in
a
my
little
car
older.
and
Okay,
like
so you're like
went.
17. That's okay.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think I've ever like hid anything from you in like my elder age. I
The
don't
only
think
thing I've done is like times when I know you're sad or going through something is there's one friend that I always call.
you reach out to all my friends.
No, I don't. Just one person. Not anymore when you lived with, I could say their names,
Yeah.
Casey and Allie. I
Yeah.
used to ask them when I walked into the room.
Yeah, but that's not like a secret. I know whenever I'm sad, I know you're reaching out to people.
Okay.
Yeah. That's fine.
Okay.
Okay. How do you shed friends that don't serve you anymore when they're in a larger friend group? I like this question.
So I'm never part of a large friend group because that's like not my thing. I have a lot of friends and they're not.
That's actually true. You don't really have like a group. You
Right.
have, I mean, you have like your canasta group, whatever, but
Right.
you don't
But
have
that's like a small group.
Yeah.
Like I definitely think like in my town, there's like groups of like 16 people. And I do think it's really, really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have FOMO. So I wouldn't care if the
I have a question about FOMO too.
16 people went out and I didn't go out because I have JOMO,
JOMO.
the joy of missing out.
Preach.
So I don't know. I don't really experience it because, you know, I have one friend here, one from there, but I have in the past kicked people to the curb. And it's kind
You
of,
put that so gently.
yeah. I mean, my most recent one, I mean, she's a great girl. She's a great friend, but we're cut from a totally different cloth. And
Yeah.
during COVID, it just kind of fell apart. And
But how did you do that though? Just like by
It w-
not really communicating anymore
yeah,
and taking a
it
step
just
back?
kind of went whatever. And then my other friend, the people we went to Israel with, she just wasn't a well wisher. She would say mean things to me.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we ever really, I don't know. I just don't ever remember having a conversation. I think it just kind of fizzled out.
Yeah, I think like a good approach here would just be like you especially at this age now too, you like dedicate your time to people you genuinely want to hang out with. So like if I don't have this situation, the fact where like everyone I'm friends with, like I genuinely want to be friends with. And I think if it was a part of a larger group where there was maybe a girl I don't really vibe with or she's not my person, like I would never be mean to someone, but just not dedicate my attention or time to someone who one doesn't serve me in any positive way of my life. So
Right.
it's not like I don't think a conversation needs to be had like, oh, I'm taking a step back, more just like you live your life and they'll be in same social settings as you, but you don't really need to engage or
Right.
not to say be mean, but you just don't need to be, totally like engaging with them.
Right. And that's the beauty of what I always say about friends is you get to pick them.
Yeah.
Family.
And you could drop family. You
You're
can't. Stuck. What's the most annoying thing that each of us does? I mean, please, that could
Maybe me, my questions.
not even your questions. I was thinking more like when we're on a phone call and you remind me to do something, and then after we hang up the phone call, you text me a paragraph saying the same exact thing we just spoke about for 20 minutes.
Right. Because I'm trying to drill it in your head.
It's so annoying. It's
Okay.
so annoying.
All right. But look how fabulous you are now. So,
Oh, I'm fabulous because you
so
send
it
me
all
reminder
works.
texts.
well, just, I'd like to beat things down.
Okay. What do I do that's annoying? Do I want to know
Only,
this?
only when you become NB. Nasty,
Nasty
bitch.
bitch.
Like then that's just mean and uncalled for. But otherwise you're not really annoying.
I'm going to frame this part of
No,
the
you're really
podcast
not.
episode
You're not.
and savor that for life. Has anyone said, people ask the weirdest questions. Has anyone ever said anything weird to you in bed? I have something.
No.
Lemon squeeze. Remember lemon squeeze?
Uh-huh.
Lemon squeeze.
Where is lemon squeeze?
I don't know. Like,
Okay.
I could probably find out in 4 seconds, but
Okay.
like, I don't know. Lemon squeeze told me that he had stage fright.
Okay. Well, were you performing? Maybe because you were performing, he got like a little nervous and scared.
No. It was like, I think we're finally hooking up and he got excited, but then not
Okay.
excited.
I got it.
Yeah.
Aw, poor guy.
Why do you feel bad?
I know exactly who you're talking
No,
about.
of course you do, but why do you feel bad?
Because it must be embarrassing.
It happens. Okay, this one you could probably contribute to too. And obviously I know who asked this question, but what's the most annoying thing your married friends do? So like I can answer that obviously, or like maybe what's the most annoying thing my friends in relationships do? Like obviously one of my married friends asked this question, but do you have anything that your friends do that annoys you?
Not really, because we're all just kind of individuals and do our own thing.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? We're all married for so long
That's true.
that it's not like.
There's not a lot of divorces in your friend group. Or
No.
not group, you know
no,
what I mean?
just the wedding I went to
Yeah.
this weekend.
Yeah.
Those parents are divorced, but the dad is now married, and my friend is in a great relationship.
I don't
Yeah.
have one friend whose parents are divorced. And my home friends and I talk about it a lot, but we're like, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, and I don't really have many divorced friends.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow, Armonk breeds them well.
Right, but even my friends in other places,
Yeah.
like Long Island, Boston, everyone's happy.
I had a few things that my married friends do that are annoying. One being
Well, probably
Which is-
talking about a wedding could be exhausting.
no, because like I was very excited about weddings and am still very excited. I'm not at the point where I'm like sick of weddings, so like no, I don't have that.
No,
It's
but
more-
you're a well-wisher, but like after a while.
yeah, like maybe.
And this isn't bad, but like grandchildren. I'm really happy for my friends who have grandchildren, but when they show me like every video,
You don't give a shit.
I mean, it's great, but till it's not.
Yeah. Well, it's the same thing how like you said you didn't want kids, and like whenever someone else would show you their kids, you're like, oh, that's great. And then like once you had your own kids, you were like, all for it.
Right. And somebody just asked me the other day something about grandchildren. Like, it's not even on just like how I didn't want kids when I wasn't really interested in kids. Like, that's not even on my radar now.
All right, good, because you got some time.
Good.
So something that's annoying that my friends in relationships are married do, is that similar to you, they fall in love with statistics. And I feel like my friend who's sitting over there watching could relate to that. Like you do the same thing where it's like they hear their job, where they're from, you know, where they live, friends, things like that, and they're like, husband, love that. They fall in love with the statistics, which
Okay.
like, I understand.
Oh,
'cause-
you mean like for you, like who you're dating?
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah. And then another thing is that, which is like a blessing and a curse. They hold on to the littlest things that someone did wrong to me. So like, don't get me wrong, been through the ringer with guys before, like every right to be angry and mad at them in that regard. But if like I'm seeing someone and I say like he did like one little thing that maybe wasn't great, like nothing like extreme, done, hate him, like he's out of the roster, like we're done with him. But it's like, in my eyes, I'm like, no, it didn't bother me, so like I don't want it to bother you.
Right. And I agree with that. I mean, look,
With me or with them?
I agree with you
Okay.
because look, I mean,
you can agree with
like
them.
you said, you were through the ringer, and I still spoke to him. So
Yeah, that's
what the hell
true.
do I know?
Yeah, that's true.
But talking about that, where like
What is
statistics
that
and stuff.
large sheet of paper
I'll
you
tell
brought?
So I went to get my favorite little candy to load up for the car ride, licorice.
Oh, licorice.
And it's like a camp store, you know, bakery kind of place.
Okay.
And they had this game for kids, you know, like a book for camp. It's
Okay.
called MARSH, and it stands for Mansion, Apartment, RV, Shack, or
Wait,
House.
MASH.
MARSH.
No, but we played a game called MASH, right? Where it's like you map out your your life.
Oh,
based
okay,
on-
but now
yeah.
I guess yours was MASH, so I guess they added the RV in
Better
there.
the RV.
Okay, and I
Making it
thought
more rustic now.
I thought but rustic, first of all, like the pet, what you want. I mean, husband, wife, number of children, vehicle, like how obnoxious, like all these little camp kids.
No, but vehicle was a part of the OG MASH.
It was?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought this was so pretentious and
Can
so
I see?
crazy.
Oh no, that's like I used to like really like that game. Like I would so
The
I'm so play
job,
that.
like, so what does everybody write? What their dad is, or because
no,
they want a
you don't
candy
understand
store?
how the game works. So how the game works is that
I never bought you that book.
it wasn't a book. It was like we would just do it on a sheet of paper. You would like write MASH at the top, and then you would like someone else would write down. Correct me, guys, if I'm doing it wrong. Like you guys are laughing over there. Like you would write down like different types of cars, different types of men, jobs, and then you would pick a number, and you'd have to like go through like I pick up what? No, that's a whole different game. But that's a good game too. But like you pick a number and then you count down like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then you cross it out, and then it's whatever you end up with that's what your life's gonna be. So
Oh.
it's yeah.
All right, I didn't
It's
get
actually very fun. We're gonna play this weekend.
Oh, because I was thinking though, like 7-year-olds are writing the job of their husband and what car they're driving. Like, what does everyone?
My
want them
favorite
to
part
drive?
about this whole bit right here is that you took a picture of this, you printed it out, you wrote in pencil, it's a camp game, and then you wrote stands for mansion, apartment, RV, shack, and house.
Like, what kid wants to live in a shack? Oh, I'll take the shack.
Maybe. You're also looking at this in Westchester, New York, so
Right.
I don't think anyone's picking the fucking shop.
Okay, I thought it was funny.
That is funny, but that's a game that I actually used to play.
Oh, so I
often.
guess whoever produced this thing is smart because they took your little game that you wrote
Yeah,
and
we
now
just
they're
used to
selling
use,
it
like,
for $15.
8x11
for
printer
little kids.
paper.
Okay, there you go.
Honestly, genius.
Mhm.
Okay, I liked this one too, and I thought of this before this. If Janice was on a dating app today, what would her prompt answers be?
Oh God.
Okay, so I chose a few. I go crazy for fatty Italian,
Yeah.
simple pleasures, taking a shit after a morning coffee.
You could say like pooping.
Sorry,
would be
making
nicer.
a poop after what? Because poop is cuter.
My simple pleasures.
Okay,
Yeah.
simple pleasure, making a poop after her morning coffee. Something you should know about me is I use a fork when eating sushi. I feel like those
Oh,
are
that
good
was
ones,
good.
right?
That was good.
Yeah. I would like to create a dating app for you and just like see how that goes.
Okay, you could put me on. That we could do that. You could put me on there and just see for fun.
That would be really funny. Okay, we're gonna do that. Okay, next one. How should I navigate my ex's friends/family reaching out to me and commenting on my social media?
Oh,
This is a stumper.
I think it's they probably like are holding on to the relationship and really liked her. I think of it in a nice way.
But clearly if she's asking this, like she doesn't want it.
I know, but I think then just don't pay attention to it. As long as they're, if they're just liking it, then
Yeah.
just kind of move on. But I think it's kind of, it says a lot. Obviously, she was a great person and the family really liked her.
Yeah, I agree. I think if it's like if they're just reaching out on social media, like
If
I
they
think
were
just,
saying icky things, that's a whole different
no, I don't
story.
think it's
But yeah.
icky. I think it's icky. I don't think it's icky stuff. I think it's nice stuff. I
Right.
just think like if it's just happening on social media, like there's nothing really you can do about it. Like you can block them, but I don't think you need to do
There's
that.
no need. Is
And I
the
think
mother losing 20 pounds? She's sad?
Well, I don't know. No, that's
Okay.
it's a you thing.
Okay.
But I think if like they're texting her and calling her a lot, like that's a different story.
Yeah, that's a
but
different story.
I don't think that's the vibe. And I think if they are just reaching out once in a while, I think just like answer and like don't think twice about it. Like don't overthink it.
I agree.
But I think that's strange.
No, but they probably really liked her and wishes, the couple was still together.
Yeah, but you got to be the team.
And maybe
head.
they'll still get back together.
Maybe. How did Janice and her husband meet?
Oh, so like I always say, if
Mm-hmm.
you're not sure about the guy you're dating, check out his friends.
Yeah.
So my college boyfriend moved to Florida,
Mm-hmm.
and even though we broke up after college, we always stayed in touch with each other. And on my 25th birthday, he wasn't my boyfriend, but it's Johnny. I could mention his name.
Yeah.
Johnny came to stay with me, and
Your 25th birthday?
yes. And then I went into the city with all my
You guys
girls.
were broken up.
We were broken up, but we were always then just friends afterwards, and we're still friends now.
Friends with Benny's.
Then we were bennies, but
Okay.
not now.
Nope. I mean, you're married. I
Yeah,
would hope
correct.
not now.
So I was going out with the girls, one of them being Andrea, because we were
Mhm.
just talking about her.
Mhm.
And it was like 15 girls. We were at this bar, Wilson's. And just as,
Oh, you remember the name of the bar? That's
yeah,
kind of crazy.
because that was like our place.
you
and
and
I said,
Johnny or you and Dad's?
Johnny. So I
Oh.
said to Johnny, like, all right, you have to get lost. I'm going out with the girls and, whatever. Come meet me later. And as he was walking in, we were getting kicked out.
Okay. Why were you getting kicked out of the bar?
I think it was Andrea. I think she was wasted or something. Blame it on Andrea.
Love you, Andrea. You were wasted.
You're wasted. And then the next night was New Year's because my
Mm-hmm.
birthday's the 30th. And I went out with Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
And then I fixed Dave because Johnny then went to go
Dave
stay with Dave, who's my
Equals
husband
dad.
now.
Yes.
Daddy.
No.
And
Don't do that.
and
again.
then I fixed him up with this girl, Lila,
You fixed Dad up?
with Lila that night. And we all went
Ew,
out.
Dad.
And then we all went out New Year's
Claire.
Eve. And then that was it. And then like Dad and I just started hanging out afterwards.
Okay. How long did it
6
take?
months.
6 months you guys were friends before you canoodled in my terms.
No, your canoodling is different than my canoodling.
Okay.
But yeah,
Okay.
we didn't. No,
Who
we
made
did
the first
nothing.
move?
I think it just happened like organically.
Oh, that's so cute.
So cute. And I was actually dating somebody that lived right by Dad's apartment.
So you were worried you were
and
going
he
to
was
bump in?
so nice. Okay, so I don't know if you've ever experienced this. Like, if somebody is so nice, could you get over if you're not attracted to them? That was actually one of my questions for you. But this guy was so nice, and I wanted to like him, and he liked me for a long time. So I used to sleep over his house just because then I didn't have to like go back and forth because I lived in Great Neck at the time.
Uh-huh.
And I used to say, spooning's okay, but no forking allowed.
You couldn't get over. I've had that too. I've gone on dates with guys and been with guys where I'm like, they're so nice and they're so perfect on paper, but I just do not want to sleep with you.
Right.
But that's fine. And I always say, just because someone's nice to me or nice to you, whoever it is, like, doesn't mean you have to date them.
I agree.
You know?
But I did feel bad, and I wanted to like him because
So
he
you wanted
was
to
so
give him
nice.
a pity fuck?
No, but no, I couldn't. That
couldn't.
wasn't happening.
Way to have your dignity there.
It wasn't as bad as you think.
You literally all growing up used to tell me how bad you were.
Well, I was bad compared
Now
to
that we're in
you.
a public facing forum.
But that adds. That's just because I grew up more on, you know, I where I grew up. I had two older brothers. I was exposed to a lot of things early,
Yeah.
like just different in
Yeah.
that sense.
This kind of brings me to this next question. What's one thing Janice did that she doesn't want me to repeat when dating? So what's something you did that you would not want me to do in dating?
I think I was a sap. I think I like
What's a sap?
like a sap. Like we all had answer machines. Like how I would stay home and wait for a guy to call. You know, when I was young,
You were what's the modern day word for that?
like a sap, like a.
A sap? I never heard of the word sap.
Okay.
Okay.
You know, I mean, I was happy when an answer.
A simp.
What?
Whipped.
Well,
Simp,
no.
whipped, whatever.
Yeah, but it
You
was
were a pussy.
yeah, but like, what was I waiting for? Like, you know what? If you
You
want,
like them.
I know, but still, this you shouldn't be waiting around.
Well, I think that's very, very, very prevalent. Like today, like people get very excited about someone and wants them to text them. I totally used to be like that when I first started dating. Not so much anymore. I have like a whole different perspective.
Wait,
on
what
it.
was the word though that you have to manifest it?
Matt? My little spiritual girly.
Yeah.
Yes. You have to
We just
manifest
talked
it.
about that.
No, we did. We did just manifest it because this was actually crazy, and I'll tell it to you again. But I was on the phone with my therapist, and we were talking about how just like I want to be like a seaweed in the ocean, just like la di da, like going with the flow, like plans will come to me, whatever. And she was like, no, you want him to text you like, are you free next Tuesday or Wednesday? Like, what works for you? And I'm like, you're right, bitch. Like, cannot wait for that. We hang up the call. I look at my phone. There's a text from the guy I'm seeing, and it says, are you free next Tuesday or Wednesday? Like, it was crazy.
Yeah, I like
Crazy.
that for you.
Manifested that shit. Yeah.
Wait, don't talk. I'm manifesting stuff for you.
That's
Wait,
our,
I'm
no,
still-
that's our new thing. Save it for the pod and like, don't talk to me. I'm manifesting.
I'm
for you.
manifesting everything good for you. Go on.
Okay. Would you rather, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna phrase this. Would you rather be walked in on having sex or walk in on the other person? So would you rather
I'd
me
probably-
walk in on you or you walk in on me?
I'd rather probably walk in on you.
I'd rather walk in on you than you walk in on me.
Okay, so we're both walking. I do remember, I don't know what made me think about this, and I don't remember anything. I do remember when I was young and I was in the Far East with my parents, and I had to be in their room, and my dad was trying to get action, and my mother's like, Nick, no. I was like, okay, this is never happening again. Nothing happened, thank God.
It's real. That could be
That's-
traumatizing.
yeah.
But yeah, I think
It
that
must have been traumatizing that I remembered, 50 years later. But we could talk about your gut health journey.
No,
Because
I
I
don't
love
fucking talk about
learning.
that.
I love learning from
This
you.
isn't a health podcast. Okay, this one's interesting. Work wife, gym wife, and other wives / husbands. Do they exist, and is it off limits if you're in a relationship? Like, I literally got that question.
What?
So basically, like, remember I had a gym guy.
Yeah.
And, like, I had a crush on him, but I was single, so like, you're allowed to act on that.
Right.
So like, this person's asking. So the first question is, do like gym wives and like work wives, whatever, exist? I think like, yeah, like you can have a crush on someone in a setting. And is it off limits if you're in a relationship? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I think you could be in a relationship and like crush on someone and be like, ooh, they're hot. Like just because you're in a relationship doesn't mean you can't think someone's
Right.
good looking.
You're not dead.
You're not dead. Yeah. You
Right.
still like have whatever, like
Mhm.
libido,
Right.
libido, whatever it is. But yeah, it's off limits if you're in a relationship. You can't sleep with someone else.
Correct.
What a crazy question.
We got to see who wrote that one in.
Oh, I know who wrote it
Someone's
in. I
someone's
see.
looking for an okay.
I know who
yeah,
wrote
it's fine.
it in.
It's okay.
I'm not going to say it now. I'll tell you guys. You don't even know who he is.
Oh, okay.
You guys do. What's one thing you wish you could change about the way people date today?
I wish people could be more consistent. And I feel like everyone's always looking for like the next shiny thing. I just
Yeah.
think
I think that's very much tailored to the actual person, though. It's not like the general dating world. Do you know what I mean?
but a lot of people are.
Yeah.
I feel like I just wish people could just be kinder and more. That's what I'm saying, like consistent. Like you go
Yeah.
on a date and it's a great date. Like don't wait 5 days to text. Like I just feel like it's almost like a little game. If you like somebody, see it through.
Yeah. I wish that people would do more setups. And honestly,
Right.
not even just setups, so that comes with like obviously having to know someone that you would want to set someone up with. And I don't think it's like, oh, just because you're both single and straight, or just because you're both single and gay, like you have to meet each other. So like obviously that stems from like you have to know someone to set someone up with. But I also kind of wish like in some way I might like change my answer later on. But like I think the idea of blind dating is so fun and cool.
It is so fun and I used to love it.
Yeah. Well, you had no other option.
Yeah, but what's the worst thing? Like, so you have another friend in life. But
Yeah.
getting back to the wedding, because you always think, I mean, I try to fix you up, but there's really not that many. You know what I mean? I know everybody and I know what you like and what you don't like.
Can you let me know? Because I don't know what I like or don't like.
But
No,
I
I'm
kind
kidding.
but I kind of know your vibe, kind
Okay.
of. But at the wedding, so every parent is like, oh, so do you have kids? Where they go to school? How old are your kids? And when I say my kids are 30 and 27, everyone's ears like, oh, where'd your son go to school?
Well,
Where'd
they're
your
falling in love with stats.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
They don't even know what we look like.
All right. And then when I told the schools and I said, you guys are doing great in business, they were like, I'm like, all right, back off.
Yeah, back off. Well, was anyone cute? Like, don't push them
I
away
don't know.
that hard.
I have to ask my
Okay.
friends. I wasn't doing
You're allowed
anything.
to ask.
Yeah, allowed to ask.
Oh, this one's interesting and very much tailored to you. How do you go about making new friends in adulthood?
I actually have made a lot of new friends
I was gonna
recently.
say you have been like the popular girl in school recently. Like you have
Yes.
so many new friends over the past few years. You got like Stacey, Donna, all these new people in your life.
Right, Felice.
Felice.
A lot of new friends because over COVID, and I guess I feel like we're still a little too young for it, but a lot of my friends moved to Florida. And a lot of my friends
Yeah.
do the 6-month thing.
Yeah.
And then my friend got
I
divorced.
want to be a snowbird.
You will be.
One day.
So I just got lucky and I just met really nice people that I enjoy
How?
being with.
Through like your canasta?
Through
Like, how?
Canasta.
Okay.
So through one friend and through Canasta. But these are all people that I've known for 24 years. Like, so we always
That's
liked
true.
each other. We always smiled at each other,
So
like
it's
in
people
town.
from your town, but you just haven't been friendly with them
Right.
before.
Right. And I
Mhm.
actually have in my date book 2 people that I have to reach out to in September who I've known for 24 years and we always enjoy each other that I promised.
So you really you keep your shit together. Like you even have it written down that you need to reach out to certain people at a
Well,
certain
because
time.
it's pathetic when you're saying to, for the last decade, yeah, we'll go out in the fall. We'll go out in the fall. And then we don't.
It's like when you run into someone that like you don't actually want to go to lunch with. We're like, yeah, we'll go to lunch. Let's
Right,
do lunch.
right.
Like you're actually.
But I'm being
making
a
the
little
lunch
more
plan.
sincere.
Yeah, I also think for someone like my age is like you have to put yourself out there. It's the same thing with dating too. You can't expect to find a boyfriend sitting twiddling your fingers in your apartment. Same thing, you can't expect to make a friend by doing the same thing. You have to put yourself out there, go to new places, whether it's like a networking event or a random dinner. Like you never know who you can meet when you go out.
Right.
And when I say go out, I don't mean like
Or even
it's-
sitting at a cafe, like
Right.
as long as you're out of your apartment.
right.
But it reminds me when you kids were in high school, I was definitely nicer. Hi, how are you? Oh, yeah, let's do lunch. Hi, hi, hi. And then once you guys graduated, I wasn't saying hello to anyone anymore. 'Cause you know what? I didn't really give a shit about them. I was just kind of being polite because, they were like your
Yeah, you have to be the
contemporaries'
nice parent.
parents. But now now I don't do that anymore. There's no more like, oh, hi, we got to go to lunch. Like, I just keep walking.
Okay.
So maybe I'm not so nice.
So maybe you're a bitch, yeah. How do you get over FOMO in your mid-20s?
I don't know. I never
Literally just don't care.
I never had FOMO.
I've never had FOMO either.
And I remember when people had parties and I guess the whole bar mitzvah year, whatever. I always say, like, if you're thinking about inviting me and you don't know, like, then just don't.
Just don't.
Yeah, like, I'm fine.
Honestly, same thing with like weddings now too. It's like those are times to be selfish. If you don't want to invite me, like that's okay.
Right.
That is okay.
Right. Like, you have to turn your FOMO into JOMO
Yeah.
and just be secure enough in yourself that you're good.
Okay, I agree. If you could go on a double date with any two people, real or fictional, who would they be and why?
All right, you answer that.
Because I know I'm hoping you go first, because I don't know right now.
Yeah.
Any two people, real or fictional? I feel like we only have 2 minutes left.
Maybe J-Lo, because I'd love to hear her skincare. I'm so enamored by her. She's always glowy and gorgeous.
You want to know the skincare routine I want? The strippers at 11 in Miami. They have, I don't,
I've never been there.
You should go one time, just like for funsies. They have the sickest, softest skin ever.
Why are you touching them?
I mean, that's a great question. I actually don't have an answer for that. Like, I guess I turn a little bit lesbian when I'm at 11. Like, I think every girl who goes to 11 turns a little bit lesbian.
Okay, could be.
Like, I think girls are hotter than men in that situation. Like, there's like these big old hairy grumpy men, and then there's like gorgeous women who have soft skin who's like motorboating me. Like, I'm gonna touch their skin back.
Okay.
But whatever. I digress. They have very soft skin. So maybe my answer is an 11 stripper.
Okay. And then what about the guy?
Who's a guy I'd want to go on a double date with?
I was just watching the Tom Brady roast. Kevin
But he
Hart
seems-
is so funny.
Yeah. Tom Brady seems boring though.
But he is so beautiful to look at.
Yeah, he has
It's
so
scary.
much Botox.
Yeah. And there were a lot of funny jokes about that. But he
Yeah.
really is. Kevin Hart, though, is so good and so funny.
good. I agree. We should go see him live or something.
I did one.
Oh.
I did one
Well,
time.
I'll just go fuck myself.
Oh, that was one of my questions, which we kind of touched on. So if you're not attracted to a guy,
Mm-hmm.
but they are fantastic in every way, is that a deal breaker?
Yeah. I think yes, after a certain point. Like, I think you can't rule it out after the first or second date. Like, I think you have to, not even second. I think first date, if he's great and you have fun with him, but you're not attracted to him, like, I think you have to give him another chance. You can't just like call it quits after the first. Because I do think attraction could build. But then I also,
But it really can.
I agree.
Because you know what? I realized, and seeing that cute couple this weekend also, I mean, they totally love each other and they're, obviously very attracted to each other and stuff. But the most special thing is they really had a friendship.
Yeah.
Like, they really were friends and they had a lot of fun
No,
together.
yeah. So I would say it's not a deal breaker right off the bat. I think
Okay.
you have to give it time.
And then I have one more.
Sure.
When a parent disapproves of their kid's partner, do you say anything? Like, should the parents say something to the kid or keep it to themselves?
So,
Like, if I didn't like somebody you were dating, do you want to hear about it from me?
yeah, it's the same answer I said when I said this last time when my friend asked, when Rachel asked. Remember I said Rachel asked if
Yeah, but this is parent, not friend.
It's my answer is the same. Like, I would most definitely want everyone who I love and who is important to me, I would want their opinion of who I am dating, but I would not want it until you have spent a significant amount of time with them and you have a clear judgment on them. I don't think you could judge someone off a first time meeting them. So it's
Correct.
the same thing for my friends, the same thing for my parents. I would for sure want to know if you guys did not like him.
Well, you would know.
I wouldn't even need you guys to tell me because one, my dad and my brother would say things right off the bat and you would act very weird.
That's right.
Yeah.
I would act weird.
And I would just be like, I know you don't like them. The follow-up question to that is, would I break up with them if you guys don't like them? No. Like, I think if it was like drama and you like hated each other for some reason, that's a different story. But I would not break up with someone solely because you guys didn't really like them.
Right. But
Unless
as
they were a bad person.
But right, a bad person.
That's
they're
a
out.
different story.
But as a parent, it's very hard to keep your mouth shut.
Well, it's hard as a 27-year-old to keep my mouth shut.
Right.
We're working on
so
it.
could you imagine as a parent?
Yeah. So
But I would never want to ruin a relationship with my kids, but I have a very hard time holding back.
I don't want you to hold back when that
Okay.
time comes. But like, this is me telling you, like, if you don't like them and I really love them and they treat me well, like, I don't think I'm ending it. Zip it is what I'm saying.
Zip it. Okay.
Yeah. Amazing.
Okay, that works
Wait,
for
I want to
me.
see if I have any. Oh, we can end on this one. Who is Janice's favorite child?
Oh, that's unfair.
That's not unfair.
I love you both the same. I mean, I love Jordan. I enjoy being with him. He's amazing.
He doesn't listen to this anyway.
Yeah, he has to listen to it anyway. So it's Danny. No, I'm kidding. No.
And on that note, thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.